I love it. I mean, I'm so passionate about it, and it's what I do.
Your passion
all the time.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Broke my ankle, call 911.
What happened?
John, broken ankle.
What?
Broken ankle.
If you wanna come, give my brother some, yeah. Bend over, come ride me like your Rover.
At first it was fun, then scary, then fun again, then spooky, but in a fun way.
This whole dating thing, especially at my age, over 50, is just bullshit. Like, I had a date on Monday, met him through Facebook dating app, seemed super normal, just kind of average guy. Date went great, you know, good conversation. We talked about going to concerts this summer. He's like, hey, what are you doing for my birthday in June? We can go to Mexico. I was like, simmer down, dude. You know, we just met. But it went well. And so I was like, okay, pleasantly surprised. This may not be such a bad thing. Well, today I'm scrolling on Facebook, and because we became friends on Facebook after Facebook dating, something popped up that somebody had liked from back in February. And guess what it was? Oh, it was him in a relationship. Yep, him in a relationship. So, screenshot, send it to him. What the hell, dude? We just went out on Monday. Are you in a relationship? Well, I got blocked. Of course I did. But guess what? I still have her name. So, yep, send her a little message, send her the screenshot, and I'm like, oh, do you happen to be in a relationship with this person? Because we went out on a date on Monday, and we met on Facebook dating. And as a woman, I would want someone to tell me. I hope she tears him up. I hope she puts him in his place. I hope he really is single again now. What a jerk. So sick of this kind of bullshit. Like, is anybody honest anymore? Does anybody just want to be in like a normal, regular relationship? It's a good thing I have a cat.
Just goes to show no matter how old thoughts get, they still pick the men that most women want, which is the top 13% men. And I got bad news for this post-wall. A man who has options, becoming single isn't the best as opposed to being single. He might even have a better time and deal with less stress since he's not cheating anymore. Also, if he's probably dating a modern woman, so it'll strengthen his relationship even more. Because now she realizes that he has more value and he doesn't need her, and she'll probably try harder to be the only woman in his life. Back to the post-wall, this is what she is qualified for. A player, since I'm pretty sure she still wants a man taller than her, good looking and charming. But that's the problem, she still thinks she's qualified for a top man's commitment, when she's been divorced, which proves she's not worthy of commitment, because she failed at it. Alright, before we go further with the video, let me get to the comment of the day real quick. Shout out to Daniel Marek, who said, quote, "Of course we're gold diggers," close quote, "our future bitter old maids." Honestly, I don't know who the hell would choose these women, besides simps and maybe pimps. The future ain't looking too bright for them. So please, don't forget to reach out to my email to claim your $5. As always guys, I'll be picking one comment from each video. Could be the funniest, could be the most liked, or just one that stuck out to me. So don't forget to leave a comment and you could be our very next winner. So be sure to hit that like and sub button too, as the support means so much to me, y'all. So now let's get right back into the video.
Embrace your masculinity.
Let's check out the comments. A post-wall comments, "Been single for almost 8 years. The thought of a relationship makes me sick to my stomach." What she means is the thought of commitment and being held accountable. This is why most women divorce, to live that city girl lifestyle. A MGTOW man comments, "It's not easy for us guys too, especially us honest guys." Yeah, whenever females complain about getting played, chances are they've played 10 times more men in their younger years. But back then, the thoughts justified it as quote-unquote finding themselves or enjoying life. Matter of fact, most men get played for players. And that's why I tell men, stop trying to romance these modern women. They don't qualify to be girlfriends and especially wives. If you're not MGTOW, pump and dump them. Otherwise, become a passport bro if you really want to be in a relationship. Another post wall comments, I'm 66 and I will never date again. That's because no one wants to date her besides the crypt keeper, yet she's acting like she has a choice in this matter. No one wants the sagging skin or the wrinkles. Even men her age would rather be single than deal with a dried up post wall who's bitter about everything. Like I said, would you rather eat a rotten fruit on the ground or a fresh fruit off the vine?
Y'all, not the restaurants out here scamming.
Met this guy on a dating app and he immediately asked me out on a date to a specific restaurant. He confirmed day of, I get to the restaurant and see that he's nowhere to be found. So I reach out, no response. I check the app and notice that he unmatched me. At that point, I was a little confused and I was kind of pissed because I was already dressed and I got all the way there. And because I had put in so much effort, I thought I might as well just have a meal while I am in the building. And it wasn't until I got home when I was scrolling Facebook and I saw a very similar story from a girl at that same restaurant who also got stood up. She found out that there are restaurants now posing as people on dating apps just so you go to their business, and once you get stood up, they know that probably 9 times out of 10 that you're gonna buy something from them. And that just blew my mind.
So she had posted 2 screenshots in that video, and this is the first one. The person said, don't waste your time with this one, ladies. Talk about this guy by the name of Antonio, which we believe is a bot. You can pause to read it, but in a nutshell, he told her that he had to cancel the first time, and then the second time, he told her to go to this specific restaurant. She goes, he doesn't show up, so she stays and has dinner and a drink. And then that's when they went further down the rabbit hole to find out this restaurant actually had partnered up with some bot app to create fake bots on dating apps to lure women and probably men into the restaurants so that when they get stood up, there's a high likely chance that they're just going to stay and eat. Because why else were you going to dinner, right? But y'all, it's not new. It's actually a phenomenon. And it was first found out that it was occurring in India or the Delhi area. And this guy by the name of Archet Gupta, and I hope I'm saying his name right, had posted this story time on Twitter literally just like a week ago, and basically said that he had got stood up at this restaurant by this quote unquote girl, which he believes is a bot, and he ended up paying like 15,000 rupees or whatever that converts to in US dollars. But yeah, he got stood up and then he realized this is a bot. But there's a name for it. They're called food diggers, and it's restaurants that partner with bot apps, right? So the restaurants create these bots across all the dating sites, all of them, Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge, and they create these fake, y'all, this is insane. Like, I knew restaurants had it down bad, right? When nobody was going to Cheesecake Factory, but this is something else. And you can pause to read this, but apparently it has been happening all over Reddit, all over Twitter. Like, now it's made its way here to TikTok. And if you go to r/India, the entire thread is a bunch of men and women being basically scammed by a bunch of food diggers across India. And now it's made its way to the US. Y'all be safe out there because these restaurants are getting dirty.
This is genius. Scam the scammers. Great business move. These females date men for the relationship benefits like for free meals, even though they have zero intention of sleeping with the men. Also, females are consumers, who are most likely to spend money than men who have to make the hard-earned money, hence why ads are targeted towards women. Top comment says, so like the restaurant didn't think to host a singles event? And someone responds, right, would make more money. Bruh, because of the MGTOW reality, men aren't going to singles events, so it would fail. Someone claims they used to do this for nightclubs. That's how you run a successful club back in the day. Get as many attractive females there as possible, and the men will follow. That's why they used to have ladies' night, where women got free drinks. But now, since most men know dating is a scam and a time waster, they're more likely to stay home. There is a French guy owning a boulangerie coffee shop doing the same thing, but asked the girl to order for him as he's going to be late. That's genius. Hearing deceptive thoughts getting played is music to my ears. It's actually relaxing. When it happens, it's like there's finally balance and harmony in the universe. Ah. Salute to that French king for getting his bag.
So yesterday I got this phone call and I was really surprised. It was from a sneaky link that I had like 20 years ago. How did he even still have my number? Anyway, here's what he said to me. He said, you know what, I've been following your career and I want to say congratulations and I'm so proud to have known you and I think about you all the time. He thinks about me all the time, and this was a great reminder for me. I believe there's no such thing as no strings attached sex. Every person you have sex with will be an emotional or social lifeline for the rest of your life.
This was a dude who got caught up with her, which means either she was experimenting with different men, because women will do just that for shits and giggles, sleep with men they're attracted to, or she was a certified 304 back then, where even then, every new man is a swinging dick, meaning she lost her ability to pair bond. Usually, it's the females who will get caught up by someone from their past and always try to keep in touch with him no matter if they're in a relationship or not, which is called getting alpha widowed. And if that Chad and Tyrone contacted them out of the blue, they'd find a way to hook up with him. And having a career makes it super easy, especially if these modern women are a high earner and can afford to take days off. They'll tell their husband they have meetings and go to a hotel in the next city to get pounded. This just proves why you don't ever commit to a career woman, because they live that SEX in the city lifestyle. She wrote in her post description, okay, maybe it was 27 years ago. Do you agree? #SneakyLink. Back in the day, females had some humility and wouldn't even admit to sleeping with someone random. Now, today, as you see, this professional, who's a doctor, has no problem making a post that outs her as an HOE. It's crazy how much society has de-evolved. This is on her professional account too. Imagine if a man admitted on his professional account he was a player and told his player stories. Firstly, he wouldn't do that because he's not dumb enough to mix business and pleasure. But if he did, he'd get canceled or dogged on the internet. Probably lose business because of it. Great reminder to be picky. Yeah, to these modern women, a reminder to only give the Chad and Tyrones the box for free. But in all seriousness, they should be picky as in, pick one damn man and commit their whole lives to him. But that's actually hard work and, dare I say, being accountable for their actions. Another comment. I didn't know. Guys also feel that way. If it's not Chad and Tyrone, normal guys can get pee-whipped by these 304's bedroom skills. There's a reason why they can screw like streetwalkers and not gag when they suck. It's because they have had a lot of practice. They're certified zinc dumpsters. Recently happened to me. A guy from 10 plus years ago messaged on Facebook. He's married with kids. I'm in a relationship and pregnant. Blocked him. I don't get it. LOL. And she's what Coach Greg Adams calls a buzzer beater. Someone who locks down a man at the very last second. Usually before hitting the wall or right after. Let's just say she was 18 when she had this fling 10 years ago. She'd now be 28 years old. That's still 10 years of sleeping around before quote-unquote finding the one. More like the one who will retire her with marriage and the divorce and child support robbery. This is one reason why most men want women as close to 18 years as possible. Because it's a rough estimate that the more years they are single, the bigger the body count is. Assuming they lose their virginity at 18 and not in middle school, which could be at the age of 15, like more and more females are doing today. That's why a lot of these thoughts still act like teens, because SEX at an early age has stunted their mental maturity.
That's another reason why body count matters, because it's an evo-psych reason, evolutionary psychology. If a woman has 10 husbands and she's sleeping with all of them, who's the father? You don't know. In the past anyways. Throughout all of human history, now you can take a DNA test, and in some countries, it's actually in France, it's illegal to get a paternity test in France, because apparently, according to the French authorities or some shit, it would be too destructive to society, because men would realize that they were cucked, there's infidelity, and that the kid's not theirs. And that's a real fear for men, to raise a child that you think is yours. Women can't really relate to this one, because if you have a kid, you know with certainty the kid is yours. Well, you laugh, but it is a genuine, real fear. It's in our gut. If a woman's promiscuous, it's evolutionary psychology. It's repulsive.
That's why France is one of the biggest pussy countries out there. It's the leader of feminism in Europe. They didn't fight the Third Reich and World War II for one day. Not even one shot fired. They just surrendered. And that was in the 1940s when men were supposed to be men. Imagine being so feminist that you make it illegal for men to figure out if the kid is actually theirs. Talk about the gynocentric dictatorship. just more proof that women in the feminist West are the most privileged class of people in the world. France is the wrong country to be a passport bro in. Top comment says, they laughed because it was nervous laughter. You exposed their plan. This is what these thoughts want to do. Have a Chad or Tyrone's kid while they're dating a great guy and make him think it's his. This bedwench crime should get prison time for each year the man raises the kid or kids that aren't his, along with paying back all the money he spent on the bastard kids plus interest. A thought comments, body count has nothing to do with fatherhood. It does, because the more men a female sleeps with at once, the more likely she won't know who the father is or gets knocked up. Also, she can't pair bond after a certain point, which is usually after 10 men she's been with. So she'll forever be for the streets and will divorce rob the man. Some simp comments, raising a kid that's not yours is the issue, but not holding men accountable for leaving their kids. And someone responds to this comment, 80% of divorces are done by women while the majority use the child to manipulate the man. Also, women chase after the bad boy / Chad type and have kids. Exactly. These 304s try to baby trap the Chads and Tyrones when they're only being used for a booty call. As in, these players don't love these thoughts, and so they find out the hard way that these men only wanted them for doggy style, so they become deadbeat single moms.
I feel a little bit like I failed. I'm watching all my friends move on with their lives, and they're all moving forward, and it's like I am stuck here.
The text is super small, and it says, I know everyone has their own timeline, but there's something about almost being 28, single, and unemployed that just makes me feel a little disappointed in myself. A little? She's a total failure in life. Her ancestors are regretting having kids because she's a leftover woman who's a loser on top of that. And she's not even a post-wall yet. She doesn't even look that good already. She wrote in the video description, sometimes it's hard to trust the process. #healing journey. She chose the wrong quote-unquote process. That is, being a modern woman, aka a career woman. Because now that she's used up, because she decided to be the bedwench, she's on her own for 60 years. And this is what most feminists today will face. This is the MGTOW reality. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you'll get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video. Till next time.